They share the same name, ayahuasca. Same color, same, same smell, and same promise. But this one is a living medicine refined for centuries, prepared by indigenous healers with decades of experience and a lineage that spans 12 generations. And this one was mixed by a friend of a friend, a chemical gamble that could send people to hospitals. Today, a lot of brews sold as ayahuasca don't even contain the original Amazonian plants. And in tourist hotspots known for ayahuasca, fake shamans are serving counterfeit medicine to tourists who have no idea what's in their cup. So in this video, I'm going to make it very simple for you. You understand what real ayahuasca actually is, the three main categories of what's being offered as ayahuasca today, and the key questions that help protect you before you step into a ceremony. And as a bonus, a rare, beautiful form of ayahuasca that 99% of people have never even heard about it. So let's get started. So if you Google what is ayahuasca right now, you'll find the same textbook answer anywhere. You can even ask ChatGPT. It will probably give you something like that ayahuasca is a psychedelic brew made of bunny drops, coffee, and psychotria of Reedus. While technically that's true, but it's like saying the ocean is salt and water. It's accurate, but nowhere near complete. Ayahuasca is thousands of years old. When it comes to how it was discovered, people weren't trying to have a magical trip or, having a good time in the jungle. Their priorities back in the time was about survival, community, healing, connection with nature. So how did they find out what two specific plants they have to mix to get ayahuasca? Right now, we have about 80,000 of species in the Amazon. That's roughly 3.2 billion of pairings. So this cannot be just a coincidence. This was something that was received through divination process, spiritual processes, and the elders of that tribe, they put it together, and they found exactly two plants that they gotta be mixed. And they brought them together and they created ayahuasca. So there are two main ingredients when it comes to ayahuasca. The first one is the ayahuasca vine, this one. It naturally contains an MAO inhibitor. And that protects the DMT molecule that exists in the second part, which are the leaves, to be absorbed through your digestion tract and gets all the way to your brain. And usually there are two types of leaves that they use, okay? The first one is chacruna, which is very popular in Peru. And the other one is chaliponga, which is more popular in Ecuador and Colombia, which most people believe is more visionary. Without the vine, your body breaks down the DMT and it cannot reach your brain. And without the leaf, the vine doesn't have any psychedelic properties. So together they form a perfect biochemical partnership that changes how our brain processes and perceives emotions and life. There's an old saying very popular amongst different tribes in Amazon. It says that the vine is the book of knowledge and the leaf is the light that lets you read the book. So depending on the tribe or the region, other plants are sometimes added. And those things can be tobacco, bobinsana, chiricsanango, and that adds other layers of chemistry to the brew. And even the vine itself has different types: tiger, eagle, sky. Each has its own energetic signature, different profile. One is very good for courage and intensity. The other one is good for perception, expansion. So there isn't one single recipe. There are hundreds, possibly even thousands of ayahuasca recipes. And it depends on who prepares it, where the plants are cultivated, which tribe, and that changes the whole thing. Now that you know what real ayahuasca is and you know a bit about its recipes and variety of it, let's talk about what are the things out there. If you go out there right now and you want to buy some ayahuasca, or you want to go to, hopefully not, but let's say you go to a retreat and you want to have some ayahuasca, or someone's offering ayahuasca to you, you're going to have three types. The first one is pharmahuasca. It contains synthetic DMT and a chemical MAO inhibitor. Usually they come as two pills. It can trigger vivid visuals, but it's not ayahuasca. Real ayahuasca contains hundreds of natural alkaloids that balances the nervous system and guides that emotional processing. It's very good for the body. Ayahuasca shows you images, but not the medicine itself. And that's a completely different experience. This reminds me of a story. I once met a grandmother from United States, and she had her first ceremony with the ayahuasca stuff. And she said it felt like a mild LSD trip with colors and patterns, but not much else. And months later, when she came to the jungle, and that's where we met, she told me about her first ayahuasca experience. And that's what she said that I think that really perfectly captures it. It says, one showed me colors and the other showed me myself. The other option that you will find in the marketplace, hopefully not, is going to be this, paste medicine. Better than the synthetic stuff, but still a compromise. It begins as a real ayahuasca, but then they remove the water out of it. And they do it for two main reasons. One is because ayahuasca naturally ferments really fast and it goes bad really fast. And the second reason is because they actually want to transport this stuff to other countries. So most of the so-called real ayahuasca in Europe, in the United States, is paste medicine, right? Of course, it's illegal. Nobody should do that. But that's where they come from. It's practical, but it is not as full of life, because even by doing this, you will lose a bit of its medicine, a little bit of its energy. And some people think it's kind of semi-lifeless. And I personally agree with that. Let me put it this way. Imagine taking a fine Italian wine, boiling it into a syrup, something like this, okay? And shipping it overseas, adding tap water and saying, salute. You know, technically it's wine, but it's not the same experience. Some of the chemistry may remain, but the vitality definitely is not there. The freshness is not there. And for people who really want quality, that's not an experience you want. So we get to the last one. Finally, there is the fresh ayahuasca, the real thing. Fresh wine, fresh leaves, slow cooked over open fire, by hands that knows each step by heart. And that's why people travel across the world for this medicine. Not just because they want to have a psychedelic, because they really appreciate having the good stuff, right? They want to experience the culture. They want to really get that medicine. And that's why they come all the way and they prefer to actually have the real stuff. Because one, they know what's in it. Well, at least they know the people who make it. They have a chance to really see where it's made, people who made it, and fresh plants are accessible. And that's why people appreciate it. It's one of the main reasons. But that's not the only reason. Among all the traditional brews that we have two types. So the fresh medicine breaks down into two categories. The first one, which is about, I would say 99% of people drink, is the cooked version. It's dark, thick, bitter a little bit, a bit strong. Usually they pour them in small shot glasses, and then that's it. You drink it and you're off. And that's what most people know as ayahuasca. There's another form that is very unique and is found here in Colombia, especially the Kamsa and Kofan tribe are very good at making it. It's called crudo, or the cold brew. It's basically raw ayahuasca. It's uncooked version of the medicine. It contains more of the alkaloids, more of the medicine. It's more alive. It doesn't taste difficult to drink, right? It tastes like water, smells very normal. And it's very good for people who are actually quite sensitive and they're new to the medicine. They can appreciate to work with something a bit softer, but it can also be strong if you want to make it that way. So crudo ferments a lot quicker than the cooked version and is incredibly rare. It usually takes about 3 to 4 times of physical labor to make. And that's one of the reasons a lot of tribesmen don't like to make it, because it takes a long time. But also making it is a bit more challenging and more technical because of more know-how. And you can only, to my knowledge, you can only find it in Colombia. You might be able to find it elsewhere, but I'm pretty sure you cannot find it in Peru. At our retreat, we offer both. Some people prefer starting with something gentle on the body, and crudo is ideal for that. There are other people who prefer to go deeper, and they would appreciate that cooked medicine. And so they will go with the other medicine. I think the cooked version burns away what no longer serves you, and the crudo version or the raw version, it's going to wash away what no longer serves you. They both can be very transformational. And the question is, which one is the right one for you? So, to be honest, I cannot answer that from behind the screen. But what I can do for you, I can give you 3 questions that are going to help you to be able to find genuinely well-made medicine anywhere. The question number 1 is it prepared fresh or is it a rehydrated paste medicine? Do you know where the plants were sourced and who harvested them? And the last one, can you explain the lineage? Do they carry the tradition or they just, use the name? The right facilitators and organizer will be more than happy and proud to answer those questions. And the wrong ones usually will get very defensive. In the next video, you'll hear directly from Taita Miguel, our primary curandero from the Kamsa tribe. He's going to share with you what he thinks ayahuasca is. So we will hear a few words from him so we can also include indigenous people and their perspective in this educational process for you. Thank you. See you there.